In the heart of the Niagara Falls region lies a seemingly ordinary tunnel, tucked away and almost forgotten by time. But this dark passage, known as the Screaming Tunnel, carries with it a tragic and terrifying history. Locals whisper of a young girl whose ghost haunts the tunnel, her screams piercing the silence on cold, dark nights. This chilling tale has been passed down for generations, making the Screaming Tunnel one of Canada's most infamous paranormal hotspots. According to legend, many years ago, a farmhouse near the tunnel caught fire. A young girl, terrified and desperate, ran into the tunnel in a vain attempt to escape the flames. But the fire claimed her, and she perished inside the tunnel. Since that tragic night, it is said that anyone who lights a match in the tunnel will hear the girl's dying screams, her spirit trapped forever within its walls. Over the years, paranormal investigators have flocked to the Screaming Tunnel, each hoping to encounter the spirit of the young girl. Many have reported hearing faint whispers, cold gusts of air, and the unmistakable sound of a scream echoing through the tunnel's stone walls. The chilling atmosphere of the tunnel makes it a prime location for those seeking proof of the paranormal. One of the first documented encounters with the ghost occurred in the 1960s, when a couple of teenagers decided to test the legend. They entered the tunnel at night, lit a match, and waited. What they experienced next sent them fleeing in terror. A bone-chilling scream reverberated through the tunnel, causing the match to flicker and die. The sound was unlike anything they had ever heard, leaving them convinced that the ghost of the young girl was real. The story of the Screaming Tunnel is not just a ghost story, it is rooted in tragedy. Some versions of the tale claim that the girl was fleeing from her abusive father, who set fire to their home in a fit of rage. Others say that the girl herself was set on fire by her father in a cruel act of violence. Regardless of the version, the tragic end of the young girl in the tunnel is what fuels the hauntings. The defining feature of the Screaming Tunnel is, of course, the scream. Visitors brave enough to venture into the tunnel at night often report hearing the faintest wail, like the cry of a distant, tormented soul. For those unlucky enough to strike a match, the scream becomes deafening, a blood-curdling sound that echoes through the tunnel, leaving those who hear it forever changed. Today, the Screaming Tunnel remains a popular destination for ghost hunters and thrill-seekers alike. Some come hoping to capture the ghost on camera, while others are content to simply experience the eerie atmosphere for themselves. The tunnel, now overgrown with ivy and moss, holds a strange beauty, though its dark history continues to linger in the minds of those who dare to enter. Reports of paranormal phenomena continue to this day. Visitors speak of sudden drops in temperature, strange shadows darting across the tunnel's entrance, and the unmistakable feeling of being watched. Some have even claimed to see the young girl herself, standing just out of reach, her face a mask of sorrow and pain. Local residents often warn curious visitors to stay away after dark. Many believe that the more the tunnel is disturbed, the angrier the spirit becomes. They share stories of people who entered the tunnel out of curiosity, only to leave with an overwhelming sense of dread, as if the spirit had followed them home. Some claim that the girl's soul will never rest, and that her screams will continue to haunt the tunnel forever. The legend of the Screaming Tunnel reached new heights when a paranormal researcher experienced what he described as the most terrifying moment of his life. After spending hours inside the tunnel, trying to debunk the ghost story, he struck a match to test the legend. What followed was a scream so loud, so filled with anguish, that he dropped the match and fled. To this day, he refuses to speak of what else he might have seen. The story of the Screaming Tunnel has become part of local folklore, a dark chapter in the history of Niagara Falls. Tourists and locals alike continue to visit, hoping to catch a glimpse of the paranormal, but they do so with caution. The tunnel, though silent during the day, is alive with the energy of the past at night. A place where the screams of the young girl echo through time, a reminder of a tragedy that refuses to be forgotten.